Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. It is Tuesday, and we all know what that means. That means it is time to play some Wurm Online as we go on our weekly adventure exploring an area that we've never been to before in the game. And for anyone who is here seeing Wurm for the very first time, this is a Sandbox MMO, a very old one, and one that is near and dear to my heart. Something that I've been playing for several years now, and this is my island here. And what we're going to be doing is, since most of my years that I've been playing this game have mainly been devoted to staying on my island and building up my island, making different buildings and crafting stuff, I haven't done as much exploring as I would have liked to. So several months ago I started a new project in which we decided that we will start exploring areas that I've never been to, because the world is gigantic. And in this map, what you can see is all of the PvE servers of Wurm Online, and basically all of the areas that are not blue are areas I've never been to in the game. Even after playing this game for 6 years, there's just so much landmass in Wurm. There's so much to explore. And each of these are not islands per se, but they are actual different servers. And I myself, I live on this little island here on the server of Xanadu, and we are going to set off from this place. And over the last weeks, months really, over the last months, we have been, every Tuesday, we have been going to a different spot which represents these blue circles. And last week we were here, we actually went to another spot here on Xanadu, and that was quite an adventure finding that spot. And so what we're going to do is we're going to press this button, pick destination button, and it will randomly choose a new location for us to go and see today. And I'm just realizing, guys, that there are 2 servers that we have never actually been to, and that would be Release and Independence. Well, I've been to Independence in these blue areas that you can see, but what I mean is on the Wurm Roulette thing, we have never actually, the markers never landed on these 2. As we can see, there's no blue circles on those. So hopefully, maybe we'll be in luck today and we'll actually go and explore one of those areas. So I'm gonna just count down, and then we'll press the button. 3, 2, 1, and pick destination. And it is going in the middle of the water. Obviously, we're not going to go and explore the middle of the water. So again, if the marker, or shall I say not again, but if the marker lands on the water or any of these blue areas or too close to any of the blue areas, we're not going to bother with those, obviously. So let's just press this again. And it is going to Xanadu again this week. Okay. And this is an area I've never been to. And sure, that I'm up for going to Xanadu again. I'm absolutely curious to see what's up over in this area. So yeah, we're staying on Xanadu this week. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of that and just paste that into our little map and update it on the stream. Like so. And we'll also mark this location on my map here in Wurm Online, just so I know where the heck I'm going. So that was last week's spot right there, and we can actually remove that annotation. So this one is, there's 2 lakes. Let's just get a closer look here. So there's the 2 lakes, and the marker is pointing to this little spot right about there. Add annotation. And that is where we're gonna try and get to today. Okay, so now as for a plan on where, I mean, it's pretty easy for us to sail from over here, but I'm thinking to myself, do I sail over into this bay? I'm almost thinking that I'm almost thinking that maybe sail over to this bay and then go over the mountains to this area. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, good. So, as usual, I have to make a, just double check I have everything I need for our trip. I should, oh, you know what I want to go and get? I want to go get myself a file, guys. Because the signs, so every week when we go to a random location, I actually, oh, we need to grab that as well. I'll grab it on my way back. Just so it doesn't weigh me down right now as we're riding over to the other side. And what was I gonna say? Oh yes, I need a file because every week when we go to these different locations, I actually plant a sign in that spot, and that says something along the lines of Malena was here, KatsPurr was here, just to leave my little mark in that spot. And I'm just wondering to myself about the game sounds. Let me just make sure that the game sounds are loud enough. Yeah, we can definitely amp those up a bit. Maybe you might have to turn that down a little bit when we go sailing, because the sound of the water is quite strong actually when you're sailing. Okay, file, that's what we need. Now it's actually a little bit on the loud side. File, let's see, where do I have a file? There we have a file, good. Let's just grab that. So the reason I need a file is because the signs that I have in my boat right now, they're a little bit low quality, and that means that I won't be able to write as many characters and as long a phrase as I'd like to. So I just haven't gotten around to actually improving them. I always forget to do that. And Zevis, hello. Do I have the wrong title on my stream? Let me check. I did change the title, but let me see. So at least for me, Zevis, it is showing the correct title. Oh, you're just quoting. I see. And so, Zevis, how are you doing? It has been a while. How was your Christmas time? I guess it's a bit late to be still asking about Christmas, right? Christmas time is done and over with, and even New Year's, it's kind of late for that as well, but I'm gonna wish you a late Happy New Year all the same. Is it really 1 year, Zevis? Oh my gosh. Is it really 1 year ago? That's crazy to think how fast time has gone. I cannot believe it. Crazy. Well, thanks so much for sticking by here, Zevis, and coming back. I'm very, very honored, very flattered that you choose to spend your time here. So, we're gonna load the horse. I have to just take off this. Oh, you know what else I need, by the way? Okay, let's just load the horse first, one thing at a time. We are gonna need some. So I lost the horse that I had last week. I lost it at sea, and so that means I lost all my saddle and my horseshoes and all that stuff. So I had extra. I have extra saddles for sure, but I don't really have any other high-end horseshoes. So let me just see, at least probably some. I have some poor horseshoes, And those would be better than nothing, that's for sure. So let's just check what I have here. They're probably around 30 quality or something like that. Oh, and they've even taken a lot of damage. Let's just repair those. Yeah, 20, yeah, about that. Well, it's better than nothing though. So basically what horseshoes do in the game is that they make the horse go faster. So let's just get the highest quality ones that I do have. So 4 of those horseshoes, let's take those with us. And do I need a bridle? Not really, I guess. Okay. And we'll load the horse into the boat. Like so. Make sure I have some cotton with me. Yes, I do. Okay. We'll raise the anchor. And this time, oh, you know what I realized, by the way, guys? I realized that since we're staying on Xanadu, we're not gonna, this time we're not gonna actually go to, we're not gonna cross the server border to try and get more quickly to the location because actually we're going so close to the, or we already are so close to the area we need to get to. So we're departing right now from this island. And I think what we'll do is we'll go through this area and then park up here and then go on foot to the designated spot. So so what we've usually done every week, even if we had to go to Xanadu, was we would cross over the server border, hop over to a smaller server, travel the distance that we needed to travel, then come back to Xanadu. That's what we did last week. But since this is actually so close by, I think I'm just going to sail through here. It is a little bit... Oh, you know, I'm forgetting the sail again. This new sail system, I'm not sure if I'm a fan, guys. I'm not sure. Okay, now we got the sail out. So what's our speed right now, actually? Let's turn off the FPS. 17.39. Not too bad, not too bad. Hello, Baobus. Welcome to the stream. Zevis, 21 goblin skulls, sick warrior, yeah. The goblins, you know, I have to say, they seem to have changed over the years because back in the old days, they used to be really hard for me to actually kill, but now they've gotten so easy for me to kill, and also they seem to drop the skulls, like they didn't used to drop them as much, I don't think, before. And it's always a pleasure, like looking at the island as I'm departing, just sort of realizing that that's mine, guys. All mine. And I really need to get rid of those. You can see those peat tiles over there. Really need to get rid of those and get that like all just so it's just rock only, so it doesn't look so scruffy. It's been a while, by the way, since I last sailed along this southern edge of Xanadu. I have no idea what the situation is with the different deeds here. Maybe we'll just sail a little bit closer to the shoreline just to see if there's any abandoned deeds around. Yeah, Sevis. Yeah, I was putting the FPS and the FPS number was a little bit too close to it, so it looked pretty wild indeed. So how is everyone doing? How has the beginning of your guys' week been? And has anyone been up to anything interesting? So this deed still seems to be here. This is a place that I actually was in one of my very, very old videos. Like we're talking about probably 4 years old. I was exploring this place and it looks like the same people still live here. Because it hasn't changed at all. Zevis. Hello, Perry G. Ah, oh, Xanadu. Yes. Xanadu it is today. Yeah, I wonder what's over there. This is going to be kind of an interesting spot to go and visit because I guess most people like to make their deeds on the shorelines of water. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone actually lives up here. Hello, Chabney. Take that back, Pergy. Naughty Pergy for saying such a thing. Xanadu isn't that bad. Lackadoo. Chabney. How are you doing, Chabney? And how has the beginning of your year started so far? Oh, Chabney, by the way, I'd be interested to hear like what you think of the sales system. Have you found it intuitive to use? Or do you find yourself forgetting to like unfurl and furl the sails? Oh, looks like the wind is going to push us from that direction, unfortunately. You're not impressed by the sailing system, yeah. Same here. I mean, let's just say that the fact that they implemented something like this, and you know their intentions were good. Their intentions were like amazing, wonderful. I always love that they want to improve existing features of the game, make them more immersive, make them, you know, more handy. But unfortunately, in the case of these sails, it has actually lessened the usability of the game, and it has become more of an annoyance rather than like a benefit and an improvement to the game experience, in my opinion. And you're saying that it seems you must always sail at 0 stamina, which is a bit dodgy. Well, that's strange as well. That's true. Yeah, I've never quite understood that, why it takes your stamina down to 0. But yeah, Perigi is correct that that's how it's always been, actually. But yeah, like, it doesn't feel intuitive to me, this furling and unfurling business, I have to say. Okay, let's see now. Let's just open the map and have a look here. So we've just departed from here. We've just passing that mountain right there. And so what we're going to aim for is this little area over here. And so just looking forward, what do we see? We see this land on... I think we have to turn this way a bit, actually, if we're going to try and get to this spot right here. It's going to be a slow ride, though, because what is the direction of the wind? Weather. A gale is coming from the northeast. Oh gosh. So it's exactly like we're going exactly at the into the wrong direction here. If we have to get up here. It's going to be slow sailing today, guys. Slow sailing. And Baobas, you feel that it's a good sailing system. You just need more time to get used to it. And hello, Ready. Tuesday Worm, no. What do you mean, Ready? Why is that no? Perry G, what? You're not ready yet? And Chabney used to cruise along with the wind at his back and had been able to do important boat tasks like sorting fragments and such like. Oh, I see. So it's now like affected your possibility to actually do things on your boat. But I don't understand though, because I think Perry G is absolutely correct that it's always been that way, that it has when you're sailing, hasn't it always like taken away your stamina though? I don't think there's been a change to that, has there? Or Chabney, is it so that like if you actually went at a slow speed, there was enough time for you to sort of regain your stamina at times? I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure about that. But that's interesting to hear that you were able to sort your fragments before, and now you're not able to do that. So that certainly makes I'm assuming that really makes it an inefficient use of time then, because certainly you would want to be able to do something at the same time. Like, you know what has always made me sad is that we can't sail when we're riding on our boats. Like you can do in Ultima Online. In Ultima Online, you could sail. Sorry, did I say sail? I meant fish. That you can't fish as you're sailing. In Ultima Online, you could actually fish as you're sailing from one place to another. So it always felt like a good use of time. But of course, in Wurm, you can't really do very much when you're sailing, other than just looking at the scenery, right? Or like being AFK and watching a movie or something, which is not so good. So Chabney, you're saying, it used to be possible to sail without using stamina by just pointing the ship and sailing with the wind at full stamina. Ah, I see. So if you didn't if you weren't like auto running in a way, so you just let it float from one place to another. I gotcha. Right. Until now. Gosh, that must really suck then. Yeah, I didn't often do things actually at the same time that I was sailing, because what I would usually do is I would sail and then just watch like YouTube videos or something at the same time. But you actually used to make like good use of that time. And you like to go with the flow. So Chabney, have you thought of complaining about that on the forums? Sailing like that does take ages, yeah. But on the other hand, if Chabney was able to do like useful things at the same time, didn't really matter then, did it? And Chabney is not in a rush. Yeah, I can totally feel how you must feel about that, Chabney. I totally get it. So you should absolutely voice your concerns on the forum. I mean, now that they've implemented this thing, and I need to do the same thing, I just haven't gotten around to it. Now that they've implemented it, this is the golden hour in which to now make your complaints known. Okay, so now I wonder if I'm going in the right direction. I think so, though. I don't see any... I mean, if we're trying to get to this spot right here... hold on. There is a big mountain over there. Or is it this one? It's probably... Yeah, this mountain here is probably that one. And maybe the one in the background there, that's probably that one. So we have to basically aim for this mountain, I think. But man, it is slow sailing. Yeah, my main complaints about this sailing business is the fact that I don't like that my the buttons that I use to maneuver the boat are the ones that are going to furl or unfurl the sail. I think they should be disconnected. Ah, thank you so much for the subscription, Reddy. My goodness, thank you so much. Yeah, the maneuvering of the boat should not be connected to the sail furling, I don't think. Because a lot of times I will just be trying to, you know, I'll be pressing forward and back as I'm trying to maneuver my boat. And how annoying it is that the sail is going up and down while I'm doing that. That doesn't make any sense. I think it should absolutely be that the furling of the sail is either controlled from here only, or else from right-clicking the boat itself. I really have to write on the forums and give my peace of mind, or give a piece of my mind about that. Hello, Vergent. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing this Tuesday evening? And Madnath, hello, hello. So, did you get your meditation rug thing sorted? Bruh, Moments Online. And hello, Wolfmare. Sorry, I almost didn't notice you there, because you have, in my view, or in my like Twitch view, you have actually like a same your name. You know how Twitch like randomly assigns a color to people's names? You have the same color almost for me as Chabney, so I almost didn't notice you there. Welcome to the stream. Madnath, you have 1K in rotation. Oh my gosh. And Vergent just got home. And Madnath, you cannot use White Dragon's Strange Bone while it's banked. Huh. I've never had one of those. Peachy. Oh no. And ready ships are different, but they just work. So I don't know, guys, like it's strange that every week when we do this, how come the pointer never ends up on Independence or Release? It would be really nice if we could go there for a change. I might just have to start at some point not using the random destination like script thing here, but just like choosing a location myself manually. Because it'd be really interesting to go and see what these look like. Well, I've been to Independence to some extent, but there's a lot that I have not seen on Indie. And Vergent, you were wondering why Independence was the same size as the smaller islands. Yeah, I mean, obviously it is larger. I was just taking screenshots from here. So I would take screenshots of each of these views. And of course, while Xanadu is also showing as large, it was mainly Vergent actually because I needed to get a layout for. I needed to get a layout to work for this image, right? So, and then there was like 6 of these, and it just felt like that was probably the best way to arrange them, because it would have been kind of tricky to try and get independence to be a bit larger, and then to get everything to fit in a proper way. But yes, you're absolutely right that this should be like, this is larger than these servers, and this has taken up maybe a little bit too much space than it should. But yeah, that's the reason basically. Yeah, better fit that way. Hello Sipaku, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. You like the randomness, Sipaku. Just do a random roll just for those 2 if you have to. Well, that's cool to hear. That's cool to hear that you guys enjoy that sort of random element of these Wurm Roulette Tuesdays. The way that this has been scripted basically is that it's just going to pick any location within this image. I guess in the script I could probably define like an area, but then it's tricky because then you have 2 different areas it would have to choose from then. I mean, I could make a different image and then just adjust the script to only, like, perhaps if I switched independence and deliverance around so that it would be this one rectangle, like tall rectangle, and then define the image area that it should, the marker should land on. Maybe that could work. Yeah. Might have to do that sometime, just so we can get a chance to actually go to those servers. I'm trying to see now, are we going in the right direction right now? I think so. So what I'm trying to find is this little area, and then we're going to sail through. Hello, Eloquent, and thank you so much for the subscription. 2nd month. I am doing fine, thanks. And how about yourself? I know it's, of course, horrific, the situation over in Australia, so I'm so sorry you guys are going through that. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. It really, I think, displays just how weak we human beings are in comparison to Mother Nature. I hope it gives some, if there's any like positive to be seen about the fires in Australia, it is the fact that I'm sure it's going to make a lot of people sort of wake up and smell the coffee about the environment and the global warming, and it comes at a time just when everyone is talking about Greta Thunberg, and if I'm trying to think about, like, because there's probably a lot of skeptics who just make fun of like what Greta is trying to say, and it's, if there's any positive to be seen, it's something like that happening that will, shut the skeptics down, so that people start to take things more seriously. I don't know. I hope at least it will have that effect. So Eloquent. Eloquent lives in Australia, and that's why I brought that up. Guys, I think I'm lost here. No, I didn't come to the right spot now. I didn't come to the right spot. I was hoping that when we got around this little dip here, there would be this area right here, but I might have gone past it. We might have gone around this now. Shit. But I didn't see any opening there at all. Well, you know what we could always do is we could go by foot. But that's going to require... Let's actually go by foot. Let's do that. Because sailing is very, very slow today. I could still double check and make sure. Let me just look at the ground here. It could be, of course, that it's... Maybe it's... We'll just sail over here and make sure that it's not over here, perhaps, this opening. And then there's this big mound of... Yeah, you know what that is? That's probably this thing. We went past it, guys. So I think what we'll do is... We will park the ship somewhere and I'll go by foot. I'm assuming... Let's just check out, for instance... Let's check the community map here. Hold on. I think we're going to require that anyhow on Xanadu because it's such a gigantic server. So we left Misty Rock Mountain. We sailed. Let's let me just choose a different one here. Oh, these are from different dates, actually. I've been opening the wrong topological one. Or sorry, isologic one. Let's go for terrain. Yeah, okay. So we left Misty Rock Mountain. We sailed around, and I was trying to find, actually, this thing. But you know what I probably did is I probably sailed too much northwards, and we ended up now in this area, I think. And there's some kind of road right here. I'm wondering if we could just go by foot all the way. We probably could. There's lots of roads here. Maybe we'll do that. It's more fun to go on the roads anyhow and check out the deeds and stuff on the way. So we see this little road coming up the hill here. Can I see that here? On the map? Is it possibly this one? It could be that one. Let's just park the boat here and go exploring. Okay. Okie dokie, and I'm just gonna put the cage back, load cargo, and let's make sure we have some cotton with us because I'm sure we're gonna be facing some nasty mobs on the way. And let me think now. Oh, we should probably improve one of the signs, yes. So let's just do that quickly before we head off. I now have a file with me, so I should be able to do that. So I'm going to improve one of these signs that we take with us, just so that I can write in a full phrase of us being at that spot. So this needs the what is that, carving knife next? So for those who don't know about Wurm, the way that you make items in Wurm, well, you make them very much like you do in other MMOs, but In this MMO, you can also improve items after they have been built, and that will often improve their qualities or capabilities. And in this case, we're going to improve a sign. And it is asking me to use a carving knife next, or is that a file? Let's try. Carve, yes. And it's a 29.14 right now, and as a sign becomes improved, you're able to actually write a longer phrase into it. Let me just use my keybind actually for improving. Yeah, eloquent. I saw a video just recently of a poor koala bear being saved from a burning forest. Just so sad. And Sipaku, you heard that the fires are in the southeast, and now that they got a cyclone bringing floods in the northwest. How much trolling can Mother Nature do to them? Yeah. And eloquent, you hope I'm right. The government remains stubbornly in denial of climate change. It's abhorrent. Oh, gosh, how frustrating it must be for you guys. I saw that video of was that the Prime Minister being booed and stuff and told that he's not welcome in the one area that he went to. That must have been quite a wake-up call for him. And Vergent, too much lag. 5 minutes to tend 2 planter things. Oh, I haven't even tried making a planter yet. Didn't really want to do chores online anyway. And Sipaka, you've been meaning to ask how many traits actually give speed for a horse. Just 2 fleeter and lightning movement. The rest are body and strength, deal with weight, with carrying weight and going up slope. You know, I've often wondered that myself as well, Sipaku, is like, why is it called 5 speed? I guess if we look at, let me just look at Wurmpedia here. Wurmpedia and traits, I think it was. So in the 5 speed, when people call the horses 5 speed, they say has fleeter movement, minor speed boost, okay. Has a strong body, bonus to mounted weight limit. I guess the reason that this one affects the speed is that the horse goes slower if you're very heavy. So the heavier you are, the more you have in your inventory, the slower the horse is actually going to go. So that's why this affects the speed, I'm assuming. Has lightning movement, major speed boost, that's obvious. Can carry more than average, major boost to mounted weight limit. Again, that's the same as this one. So has very strong leg muscles, minor speed boost, bonus to mounted weight limit. So yeah, I guess that is the reason. The lighter you are, the faster your horse is going to go then. Yeah, it does make sense when you read those descriptions, actually. So, this sign now should... So what is the date anyhow? It's January the 7th. So we're just gonna write, let's see, I think I should be able to write the full phrase now. KatsPurr / Malena was here January 7th, 2020. And now I can actually write the full phrase. So we're just gonna return this back to the ship, this log. I'm certainly not gonna carry that around with me. And oh, should we take the tent with us? Just to be on the safe side. I think it was actually useful for me last time, so I logged off the as soon as the stream stopped, I actually logged off right at that location, and it was really handy to have the tent actually at that point. By the way, guys, we now have these the gifts that we got for Christmas. The festive bedroll. I haven't actually used this thing yet. I wonder if I should take it with me. So, I guess what this is doing is, oh, it took some damage actually in my ship, looks like. Interesting. So I guess the main use of the bedroll is it's gonna allow you to instantly log off, so you don't have to worry about like a troll coming to bonk you on the head just as you're logging off. So maybe that is useful. Maybe we'll take that with us as well. Okay, so let's get the horse equipped with everything they need. And what was that sound? I heard some kind of vague sound in the background there, and we can just amp up the worm audio a little bit now that we don't have to listen to the water of the sailing bit. So yeah, I think we're good to go. Yes. So this road going up, I have a sneaking suspicion. We can just actually shut Photoshop as well right now. Just get that out of the way. I have a sneaking suspicion that that road is this one right here. Let me just check. Okay, so there's a little bit of this little pier coming out here. Do we see that? It's probably that thing right there. So that is indeed the road that would take us. Oh, Kalambaka. If anyone has... I wonder if Kalambaka is still around, guys. It's a beautiful town. We should stop over there. Let's go through Kalambaka and see whether it's still there. It is one of the towns that has actually inspired me the most in this game. And since this is relatively flat, maybe we can just... Maybe we can just go along the shorelines, actually. Well, it looks like there's a wild beehive hanging from a branch there. I've never actually dealt with those wild beehives myself. Oh, actually... Well, let's see. It could be that it's flattened all along the shoreline here. It looks like it is, yeah. We're going to be able to go all along the shoreline then. Yeah, let's just do it that way. Just reading the chat here for a second before we continue on. And Vergent is correct. The Ebony Black does in fact give you a little bit of a speed boost as well. And Perigi, is the death tab a normal thing on Xanadu? Yes, for sure. It does not happen on the other servers then. I've certainly seen the death tab many times. And Eloquent, no worries whatsoever. It is not your fault. I was the one who brought it up, actually. I just wanted to express my sympathy for what you guys are going through. It just feels like so flippant, or not flippant. What's the word? Shallow, to be talking about Wurm when I know that you and your family and your friends and your countrymen are going through such a horrific, crazy time right now. Madnath, you asked in their server chat and they got upset. What? About the death tab? Really? Why would anyone get upset about that? That's a little bit strange. So this road, I'm assuming, is now this one. Hopefully. Yeah, the reason I like this, the town of Kalambaka, is that it is very, they've built it in a very sort of genuine, authentic medieval way. It's really cool, actually. Yeah, I think we're definitely on track. In fact, I'm just gonna go right over this little hill here, because I can see that the road is gonna continue right over into Kalambaka. And we shall soon see whether this is still up and running. I remember when I first came to this place, I just took a whole bunch of screenshots because I thought, what a nicely decorated and like set up village this was. And at least it looks, initially it looks like it's still set up the way it was before. Let's just go through here and have a look-see. And is it still called Kalambaka? Yes. You enter the village of Kalambaka. Okay. And so I'm assuming the same people still own this place. It's changed a little bit. The last time I was here, I don't think there was any bridge like that. And there's lots of... Yeah, I like that there's these... What I like about this town is that there's these buildings on different like heights of the ground. It's not just all flattened out. And then you'll have these little like I like the fact that they've used the fences to... I mean, it's not like it's anything crazy. A lot of deeds will section off different people's houses with fences and stuff, but just this way it's been designed somehow is really sort of authentic in a way. It doesn't look like it's a game as much as a lot of other deeds. When you go to them, you can really feel like it has a organic feel to it, a kind of random feel to it. It's not like overly organized. It's more like people have started to build their houses organically as they, you know, according to the geometry of the land. That's what I like. That they haven't just flattened out the whole place. And it's still a great looking place. They have done some changes though. I wonder if there's actually anyone around local. And no, nobody around. Got a little smelting spot there. Or is that like a pottery spot, perhaps? Yeah, there's been some changes for sure. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Now let's check what direction we're actually facing. Southeast. And what we need to find is a road leading directly east. So it could be actually this one over here. Oh, that's the chess. They have some kind of chess, like, this is pretty cool as well. They have this chess board over here. I wonder if they actually played chess with these or not, but that's really cool. Now maybe this is the road that I'm looking for. Is this gonna face east? East, yes. And actually, the location we need to get to today, let's just see if it's on the road system. Of course, that's going to take a little bit of fun out of the trying to explore and find my way there myself. But let's just have a look and see, because just trying to navigate on Xanadu is a pretty crazy process. It's such a huge server that I have to do a little bit of cheating and use the community map, I'm afraid. So, the two lakes, where are the two lakes? Oh, it's over here, isn't it? So, we need to reach a spot over here. And I'm not seeing any deeds over here, but is there a deed that is close to where we have to get to? Kalambaka, and we're actually going to be going through Vandahorse and Loremir. So Draka owns Vandahorse, and she has her Kappa place where she has the Impalongs, Lunalongs they're called. So we'll actually be traveling through that. So let's make our first goal to get to, well, to get over here. I guess that looks like there's a tunnel right there. So let's see if Stein is, or maybe we'll just make our first goal to get in general to Loremir. Yes, let's do that. I don't think I've ever been to Loremir. I'm not sure. But we'll start riding east, and the next time we face one of those signs, we'll just put it on the sign that we want to go to Loremir, and we'll navigate from there, I think. And Madnath, you need to imp me some signs. Well, no need though, Madnath, because actually I do have the skills now to imp them high enough that I can get that message. So no worries. I know you have a million other things to do. So, oh, Madnath, so that's not the use for the bedroll. It's literally only a bed for a tent. But I mean, when you log out with a bed, doesn't that log you out instantly? Like once the countdown has gone by? Or the progress bar? And Perigi, you don't insta-log off. That's a deed future. Oh, I see, I see. So it just gives you sleep bonus out in the wild. I see, I see. And Sipako, they're going to make craftable versions that will give less sleep bonus, though. I see. Oh, what's after us now? A spider. Well, I can't be bothered. Wolfmare, it's going to be a long ride. Yeah, and especially because, like I was saying a bit earlier, I actually lost my horse. That I was... it was my own fault, really. So I had it following, because we were on Xanadu last week, and I had it following behind my boat. I didn't bother to put it into the creature cage. And of course I forgot, you know, as I tried to skip over the server line to get back to my place on Xanadu, and I totally forgot, and I left it at the server border. I have no idea where it is. It's probably, somebody's probably taken it already, by now. Well, it was actually come to think of it, it was branded though. So that means somebody could not have taken it actually. So maybe it might be worth my while to try and go and salvage that horse if it's still around. I don't think it was venerable. Yeah, I should do that actually. I wonder how long it takes for a horse to die from hunger out at sea. Because I think it was like maybe an aged one. Oh, here's the sign. So we need to go... Well, we're going to go through Venda Horse. So... Let's see. Maybe we'll just choose another location that is more proper to where we actually have to go. Let's see, see Benstein. Let's see if that is actually there. It's weird how there's a little bit of a lag when you're choosing this option. Like the pop-up still hasn't come up. There it is. It takes so long. It's so weird. See Benstein is not there. There's no other deeds on the way. What about Amor? Amor is there. Okay, let's just choose that one. See, Paco, you're saying there's a highway going along the south part of the server. From pit stop slow-mo, you could use that one to get to the right landmass, then push north. And Wolfmare is saying there's tunnels across P16 to P18. Let me check here. P16, P18. P16 to P18. Oh, I see. So you're saying basically that I wouldn't have to go all the way around, that there's a tunnel to go through, if I understood correctly? Let's see. I do see tunnel openings here. This doesn't have the this doesn't have the coordinates, unfortunately. But I'm assuming that the tunnel that you guys are talking about where I'm totally lost here. I'm assuming the tunnel you guys are talking about is one of these two. But I'm not sure how much time that's going to save, really. Or is it like something... Is it possibly a tunnel that goes through here? And no, you would see some roads, wouldn't you? Yeah. Oh, we stopped. So this is now facing west. That doesn't sound good. So this, let me just take care of this spider here so I can think for a moment. So you'll still get a logout timer if you were targeted by something within the last 5 minutes. Okay. Madnath. Your other million things. 0.0000023 to 98.655396. Nice. For your repairing. Oh, Sepako, good question. If you hit 100 repairing, does it mean you can repair anything without losing quality? Madnath says, each item has a repair difficulty. Same way, 100 skill doesn't mean you'll never fail an improvement. I see. So Wolfmare, the tunnel starts in the desert, P16, but highway to Cobalt Cove will lead you there. Okay. No, that's fine, Wolfmare. I'll try and make it on my own. Hello, Du Jensen. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Starts in the desert, P16. Let's have a look here. P16. So just left of this mountain here. So here I'm guessing. So it could be that it's this opening right here. Yeah. I mean, it's not like it saves that much time, really. I mean, at the end of the day, you still have to make the journey upwards from here, right? I think I'm just going to go along the road, to be honest, and just stick to that, and not try and like find these sort of shortcuts. I'm just wondering now where I ended up. Because this is now... Oh, maybe, hold on, maybe... It drastically turned left. Oh, it's probably this spot right here. Okay, I think everything is just fine. Yeah, and you can see these little dots here, actually. So you can see these dots on the road, so it's just a decoration. So that way we can definitely see it is the correct road. Okay. Oh, that was a scared lava spider. Interesting. Oh, the one that is further northeast, not that desert. I see. So this one. But I'm assuming there must be a tunnel through here, though. That's where we have to try and get to. And seeing as that there's pretty much a straight way to get over, because what we have to aim for is between these two lakes or around this area. So I'm feeling like this is probably the best way to go. Uh-oh. Are we going northwards? Yes. Hello, Danica. Nice to see you. It has been a minute. How are you doing? How was your Christmas time, your New Year's? How's your van project coming along? I know you got your van pretty much ready, didn't you? It was finished. But have you made any trips with it yet? And hello there, Chisel. Yes, all of those roads are player built. All the bridges, all of the canals, all of the tunnels, all done by players. And hello, Capit Shanks. Welcome to the stream. And if I didn't say welcome to you as well, Chizzy, welcome to you as well. Or Chisel, I should say. The map is so massive, says Capit Shank. Yes. It is indeed. So we're going to be traversing quite a long distance today. Hopefully there's going to be something interesting along the way and not just forest. And I have no idea what it looks like over here. So our aim is for, let me just check the map again. Our goal for today is to reach this area over here. Hold on. Yes, right there. So between the two lakes and around that spot right there. So we're going to be going all the way north. We're currently on our way north. And we're going to go through this road here and try and reach this spot today. And we'll see. I've never been through this area before. It's going to be interesting to see what we can find along the way. So Dan and Akan, all very quiet. You've been living in the van for some time now. Lost your job. Oh no, Dan. I'm so sorry to hear that. So you're basically a homeless dude living in a van. You just need to park it down by the river and you'll be set. Oh gosh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dan. So do you have any prospects for, or do you have any like hopeful situations with the possibility of getting like a new job? Have you been like doing any interviews, or I should say like applying to any new places, or do you have a plan? You're looking for work, but it stops you from traveling. Yes, understandably so. Absolutely, no wonder. Well, now at least you have your van built. It'll be ready for that day. It's not going to go anywhere, right? So, Kabita Shanks, what are the classes that we can play in Wurm? Oh, you asked just the most delicious question, Kabita. So, first of all, in Wurm, it being a sandbox MMO, it actually doesn't have classes per se. Instead, it is a skill-based game, skill-based MMO, and so what you basically have is, instead of having classes, you have a huge amount of skills to choose from. And then there's Vendahorse. That's where Draka sells her horses. I forward people that come to my horse market. If they're looking for something other than horses, I forward them over here, because Draka is selling also other animals here. Yeah, so anyhow, getting back to the skills. So here is the entire list of all the skills in Wurm. So you can just take a gander at this huge list. And all of these skills go from 0 to 100, and they go up simply by using them, just simply by doing things in the game. So if you, for instance, if you heal yourself with some bandages, in other words, cotton in the game, you will get first aid skill. If you, let's see, what else do we have here? Well, if you shoot cows with a catapult, you get catapult skill, apparently. Or I'm not sure if that, yeah, it's from actually using the catapult, I think. If you make some coal, you get coal making skill, and so forth. There's lots of crazy skills but then also the sort of common ones that you would find in a lot of MMOs. So yeah, there's not classes. You can be whatever you want to be in the game. You can mix and match. You can be a farmer who is a knight on the side and goes out defending the weak against mobs. You can be a cook. You can be just anything. You can sail the seas. You can be an archaeologist. There's so many things. You can breed animals. Be a farmer that farms their lands. And this is still going in the right direction. Good. Actually, the sign... I'm wondering now. Let me just check this. Yeah, so we should be following this this lighted path, I guess. Or not, it's of course, that has nothing to do with it. But this direction we should be going into. And Dan, you're waiting on a criminal record check to come back and then you'll have work. Okay, I hope that goes well for you. And you have to go to sleep, Eloquent, if you're still here. But thanks for my concern for your country. You enjoy collecting things in Red Dead Redemption 2 online and catching up on my streams while you're doing the same. Good night to you as well, Eloquent. I hope better days are ahead for Australia. Catapult. Oh, that's a good one, Dan. Yes. Perry G, how many cows did you shoot to get to 27 skill? Actually, the skill I accumulated from bashing down, when I was trying to bash down some buildings and fences, actually. Or was it just... Yeah, I think it was just fences, actually. Hello, Din. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing tonight? So, Capita Shanks, where can you download it? Yeah, well, Madnath gave you the address, I can see, and it's free to play. With the free, just by playing as a free player, you can get your skills up to 20, and then if you want to take them further, then you have to pay for premium. Let me just make sure I'm going in the right direction here. I think we should be continuing up this way. Huh. Oh, hold on. No, we need to be going this way, apparently. Let me just check the map here quickly. Yeah, that one probably just goes straight. Okay, I'm going to trust the system. Now, what is the time actually? 3:45. So the sun is just gonna start to come up gradually. Thank goodness. So Capita, you were asking where can you download it? Is it different from the one you can play on Steam? So the Steam version, and people are of course explaining that to you here in chat as well. The Steam version is for players to set up their own servers, whereas this is the official MMO version run by, you know, the official Wurm team. So it's the same game experience, basically. It's the same game engine, same graphics, same items, same everything. The skills are set to be a little bit easier on Wurm Unlimited, but since players are able to actually change the game balance themselves, they're able to make code changes and graphics changes. Each of the servers might have modifications to it that change it from the default. So to get the true Wurm experience, you should play Wurm Online. And also, you just never know what's going to happen with those player servers. They're fun to go and visit for sure, but I personally wouldn't invest years of my time on a player run server because you just never know if it is shut down one day, you know. And Wurm Online, however, the official MMO version, it's been running for, what is it now, since 2006 officially. So that makes it, what is that, 14 years old now. So it's not going anywhere. But yeah, like Madnath was saying, they're going to be actually adding Wurm Online to Steam later this year. They'll be opening up some new servers there. It's going to be the same game. They're just making additional servers. But they won't be connected to these old servers in the beginning though. I guess they're going to be connecting them later on, sometime down the line, to give the new players like a chance, a fresh chance to, or a fair chance rather, to get started in the game. And Din, it is early morning. You're very sleepy. And Capita Shanks, you're from Indonesia, and is it okay for the server? As far as lag is concerned, I have no idea actually, Capita. I do know we have Australian players, and of course, you know, that is again a different part of the world, but kind of in the same-ish, well, not so same area, but at least that side of the world, right? Apparently those playing from Australia do experience a little bit of lag compared to the rest of us, from what I've understood. And by the way, guys, this fence here is decaying, so I'm assuming that there's a decaying deed over here. Although, so there's that mountain with the sand. Those are the two openings, I guess, we can see here. Or at least one of them. That one is probably right there. No, this deed doesn't look like it's decaying at all. So what's this place called? Oh, this is the village of Amore. Okay, actually I got... so it has been expanded, I guess. Oh, no, it's this whole area right here. Okay. So the village of Amore looks very, very nice, actually. Let's have a little snoop around since we're here. Looks like it looks very well kept. I really love how they've bothered to put the flowers along the edges here, especially considering that these flowers have to be watered to stay alive. So oh, it's locked up. Oh, what a shame. They've got their gates locked, but it looks like a beautiful spot. I love those flowers. It really makes it look cozy. I should use those more. Yeah, it's all locked up, unfortunately. Is there anyone in local? Nope. And actually, guys, this is something I would like to do for a house, is have a stairway going up to like the main entrance of the building. And I just never thought of doing a wooden ramp for that. Because I've always been sad that we can't have like the stairs on the outside of the house, that you would have to have the walls surrounding the house. But this is the perfect solution for that. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Thank you so much for the follow, Chisel. I'm taking a screenshot of that and putting that in Photoshop. Because that is inspiring. I really like the way they've put that entrance to the house like that. So for those who don't know, let me just explain what the hell I'm talking about. Let's just go to Wurm, to the deed planner quickly. So Deed Planner is a tool made by Warlander, who is one of the Wurm devs. And this is just a little side project he's got going on. And this allows you to easily plan out houses. So if we go to the timber, for instance, if we try and build this thing in Deed Planner, let me just put down a wall. Let's go into 3D view. So if we see there's like 2 walls like that and a 3rd wall, and they have, I think that's a window over there, isn't it? Yes, a window over here. So if we look at this design, let's just put a 2nd story here as well. So something like that. So I was just saying that it makes me sad that I can't put like stairs leading up to a house. So my ultimate dream would be something like this. Hold on. Floors, staircases, wide staircase. Let me just put it to the different direction, like so, right? But we can't do this actually in the game, even though I can do it here in Deed Planner. The only way around this would be to do something like this. You would need to have, to actually get a house up and running, you would have to have outer walls. So you would have to build something like this to be able to build actually like stairs to lead up to a door like that. So it's really annoying that you have that thing in the way, because you'd prefer, of course, not having that there at all, right? But what this person has done is they've built a wooden bridge as a ramp to get up to the double doors. And that's like the perfect solution, actually. It looks really nice with the timber. It really matches the timber well. It actually matches the timber, you know, this dark brown wood. It matches it much better than this light wood stair does. So I'm absolutely gonna like steal that idea one of these days. Really like the look of that. It's like a perfect match to it, actually. Huh. Okay, moving on. We are gonna mosey on up northwards, and our next destination that we actually have to set for our... Okay, we'll just keep going that way, and then we're going to turn right. So up until the road actually ends, we're not going to put anything on the route finder. So Bugard, and hello. Speaking of community servers, Kat, what server did you play on in Aria? You just started on Hope PvE and it's been great. So Bugard, I play on Aria Europe PvE server in Legends of Aria. The thing I really appreciate about the Aria PvE Aria Europe PvE server is the fact that you're getting the genuine Legends of Aria experience. They haven't made any changes whatsoever to that server other than the fact that it's not PvP. So you get the full genuine Legends of Aria experience. But I've heard many good things about the Hope server, so I have heard many people have actually mentioned on the stream that they really like the server that you're playing on. So this is where this turns. I think I'm turning to the right spot, aren't I? There should be a diagonal. Yes, okay. We're on the right track. Good. And again, for anyone who is here on the stream, who has never played Wurm or doesn't know anything about Wurm Online, everything you're seeing that's man-made here, the roads, the buildings, the bridges, the lamp posts, everything here has been put down by players. So when the server was first born, it was just emptiness, it was just wilderness, trees and lakes and so forth. And Madnath, you don't like Xanadu? Well, you know, I like Xanadu. I moved over from Independence and I really like actually living in this gigantic server because it feels like a huge world. So, you know, it's all a matter of perspective. I know you're not a fan, but a lot of people do like this server, so... But for a new player, I would agree that it's not the best choice for a new player just because it's so vast. For new players, I would actually recommend the independent server. And Capita Shanks, you think you're going to try it, and later buy the one on Steam once it's out. So Capita, I am assuming that once it comes to Steam, it's not going to cost anything there either. It's probably going to... My assumption is it's going to work exactly like this one does. So you just download it for free, and then you can pay for premium if you want to get your skills over 20. I'm assuming that's how it will work. And the game is so complicated, which is good for you. Yes, the game is very, very deep. And it's definitely like something that is you will enjoy for the long haul because it has so much to offer, and there's like so many surprising things that you're going to discover about the game that, like, you know, even after 6 years of playing the game, I'm still discovering things that just blow me away. Fim, hello and welcome to the stream. Nice to see you back. Yes, you did miss Vergent. Cat slayed 10 innocent animals while you're away. I did not, Fim. I did not. They've just been attacking me. And Madnath, you're saying you should be able to make a staircase outside, no problem. Should be able to bash away a wall. But surely it's not going to let you remove a wall there, because then that's coming from the... I mean, the staircase is the second floor above, right? I don't think you would be able to do that. Like the Wikipedia for Wurm, Capite. Well, actually, speaking of Wikipedia for Wurm, you should, if you're going to start playing, definitely check out Wurmpedia, because that is going to be your actual Wikipedia for the game, and I'll just put the link there. That is a lifesaver. That's going to explain so much, and the main... Oh gosh, what's going on? I lost my mouse there for a moment. Uh-oh. Where is this road coming to now? Hold on. Better check the map. Oh, now it's going down. Okay. And actually, that's a good thing. Good. Yes, that's the road we want to be on. Good, good, good. Let me just zoom in and make sure this is the right one. Oh, we're not seeing the detail there, but I'm assuming this is. Yes, and now it's turning left. Good. It's the right road. Fim, you made my angry emote less angry. And Bogard, Hope is great. They added some really neat crafting things. And you love my video on all the Arya houses. You use it all the time. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Bogard. I'm glad it's been useful for you. I actually, you know, where I was able to take that footage for the houses was on the LOU server, Legends of Ultima server, because they had this little area where they had all the houses on display. Except, of course, the 2 new big ones, unless they've added them now. So I had to... Oh, I think they did have the other one, but just not the tower. Yes, so I had to actually go to Valis and look at the Mage's Tower there to get that footage of that one. So Madnath, you're saying standalone staircase just opens up to the tile above. So Madnath, are you saying that you can actually get a fence outside of the walls? I have a hard time believing that. Even the standalone one. I'm going to have to test that on a Wurm Unlimited in God mode. And do we actually know, asks Stu Jensen, that Wurm Online on Steam will be free? Oh, lost your worm scream. So we did. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that. I probably pressed some kind of like a key combination by mistake or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, not sure what happened there. Weird. Was it for a long time like that, guys? Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know, Dujensen. That's of course just my assumption, but you would think that they would do it the same way, right? And Madnath is saying there might be a change in the premium system. And hello, hashtag, is this game new? And welcome to the stream, by the way. No, this is an old MMO, but still very much actively developed. We're getting new things all the time. In fact, we just got some new planters that we can, so that we can actually plant crops underground. Like now we're entering this tunnel right now. So before we wouldn't be able to plant crops underground, but now we've got the planters. I haven't tried them out yet though, but it's just an example of how like this is actively developed all the time. And hashtag it looks dope, never saw this game. So anyone here who is wondering about Wurm, feel free to ask anything you like. I absolutely love explaining about Wurm and spreading the word about this game. So if anyone has any questions, just sort of like if we were to give a small summary of the game. So starting off with who made this game, and I always like to mention this because I think it sort of it's quite a surprise for many people. So, of course, you all know Minecraft, and Minecraft was developed by Notch, a Swedish guy, but back in the day, way before Minecraft, Notch was working on an MMO, a Sandbox MMO with his buddy Rolf. And that was, in fact, Wurm Online, what we see here. So the maker of Minecraft was working on this game. This was his project before Minecraft. And they, came to some point where they wanted to take a different direction for Wurm Online. And I guess Notch probably would have wanted to turn this game into something like Minecraft. I'm not sure. But they sort of disagreed on how to take forward the game. So Notch left this project, and then he decided to go off and make Minecraft, and the rest is history. So you will find actually a lot of features of this game that are very similar to Minecraft. You know, the tile-based system, the fact that you can terraform the land, the fact that you can change the biomes of the land. So for instance, if there's a sand tile, you can turn it to grass or dirt, and so forth. So there are some similarities still. And Madnath is going to go and try it on test, and you'll report back. Okay, Madnath, good. And more things about Wurm is that not only are there like a huge amount of skills, like we were looking at this crazy list of skills earlier on, like there's just so many things you can do in the game. I love the fact that you don't, it's a grindy game, but without feeling grindy if you don't purposely grind. Instead, just play the game, enjoy the game, make things as you need them, and your skills will start to go up automatically. That's the best way to play the game. Oh guys, you know what? I should have totally taken, so there's that lake. So we now came to this spot. I would have wanted to, I should have gone straight, but we've come out through here, I think. Huh. And that is way too long for me to swim over, so we're gonna have to go back into the tunnel and turn right as soon as we find a road that will lead us right. I shouldn't have turned in there, so we need to go through here, you see. And it looks like we went through all the way to the end here. I was focusing on the chat. Yes, Chizzy, that all of these tunnels have been mined by players. And, you know, how neat or unmanaged the... I mean, tunnels can look really crappily done, but then some have been done in a very neat and orderly fashion, and it's all depending on the kind of player who made that. And Wolfmare, you were trying to tell me, keep straight on, not that way. Yeah, I didn't notice in time, I'm afraid. Oh, Fim, that looks so cute with the emojis and the hand emojis. You keep forgetting to tend your crops in your planters, Vergent. So Cabotish Shanks, you registered and you got the email. Where can you download the game? So on the front page of the Wurm Online website that you looked at, there's a button in the top center that says play. Yes, I enjoy the grind as well, Madnath, I do. It's somehow very relaxing, the grind, isn't it? It's sort of like, I've always felt like the grind in Wurm is sort of a way to cleanse out my stresses in real life. There's something cleansing about grinding stuff in Wurm. It's a very relaxing process. So I'm assuming we need to go down here. Well, let's see. But we have to keep on going east, that's for sure. Okay, I think we're going in the right direction this time. That's better. This game is very easy to get lost in, as you can see. Okay, so now those mountains over there are these ones right here. And here we're seeing a beautiful lake. Oh, I like that pier. I like the way that they've used the wooden fence for that as well. I should totally make a dock like that. And so this lake, oh, it's not actually a lake, it's going out to sea. Yeah, this is actually where I was originally meant to, park my boat actually, but then we got lost. Oh well, It's been an adventure. At least we saw some nice places. And, you know, at least when we were over here in Amor, we saw that cool, the cool stairway to get into the ramp, using that to get into the double doors. So I'm surprised that this doesn't have reinforcements for the floor, only for the walls. So the reinforcements would make the floor flat, and also it would make you go faster as well. It's a lot of work, of course, to make those. Wolfmare, you really know, like, Xanadu inside out. How is it possible you know the server? You, like, every spot that I go to in my streams, if they're on Xanadu, you know these areas. How is that possible? And you figured it out, Capite? Good, good. Oh, it's from riding around for the rifts. I see, I see. I see. Yes, Din. Wolfmare is he knows his navigation on Xanadu, that is for sure. And I'm guessing on the other servers as well, if you take part in those rifts, I'm not sure. Okie dokie, now we reached the other side. So where are we right now? We are probably around here somewhere. Oh, what's attacking me? Oh, there's a big scorpion over there. It's just a bear, can't be bothered. There's an impressive bridge over here, a sandstone bridge. Let's just stop to admire the landscape a bit. Another 4 tunnels. Yeah, I don't mind. This is all new to me, so it's interesting to see. And Fim, Wurm Online needs VR. That would be amazing. Weren't they working on some kind of VR experiments actually? I'm not sure what happened to that project. Like the devs, I think. And you've also been making roads, Wolfmare. I see, I see. Madnath, VR would be terrible. Why do you think that? I think it was like, wasn't it Brian of the Factional Fight Brothers who has always been dreaming of a VR Wurm experience? Yes, Sepaku, I agree 100%. Wurm needs a paid dev team above all. Yes, it's crazy to think that most of the people who contribute to the game are just like volunteers. That's nuts. Madnath gritting teeth. Hey, Madnath. Hey, how did your experiment go on test? Were you able to do the stairs or not? And Madnath, you're saying that VR wouldn't work because it would take more work than making a whole new game. Besides, what would you do for all that time? Perry G says, VR isn't a blanket code and it works. It needs to be good VR and the game needs to be made for it. Otherwise, you're just getting people sick. Yeah, you could be right there, Perry G, that it probably, the best VR games are from the get-go designed specifically for that. I think you're right there. And Capitus Shanks, you were wondering why no one is talking about this game. This game is so underrated. I totally agree. I mean, you know, I'll tell you, Capita, like the very first time I played this game just over 6 years ago, on the very first evening, I fell in love with the game, and I've been here ever since. And this is coming from somebody who has played a lot of MMOs, and for a long time. I've been playing MMOs since the late 90s. So, and I've tried a lot of them, and there are not very many MMOs out there that actually keep my interest for very long, but Wurm is just one of those games that I don't think I'm ever going to stop playing. And for sure, you know, other MMOs come along and I test them out. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, just took some time to, seems to be graphically glitching here a bit. For sure, I will, you know, take breaks from Wurm once in a while, and I will go and test out some other new MMOs that come along. But it's always Wurm that I come back to. Just no other MMO offers the depth and the complexity that this game does. There's just always something to do. There's endless projects that you can work on in this game. And it's never like if you play the game in the right way, it will not stress you out either. So does the game have a subreddit? Actually, good question, Capitus Shanks. Let's see. I don't know, actually. It looks like it does. 731 members. I've never actually visited this thing. I use Reddit once in a while, but I've never used it to actually look at the Wurm stuff, because the reason for that is because Wurm has quite an active forum, actually. The Wurm forums is probably the main place where everyone hangs out. I'm just going to give you the address for that as well. This is at least where I have been hanging out for ever since I first started playing the game. It is very active. Also, Wurm has a Discord as well. Let me just get that address for the Discord as well. Let me just make sure that I don't have anything secretive in my Discord. Okay, here is the Wurm Discord, and for getting the, let's see, how does it work again? Trying to figure out, was it from here? Invite people. There it is. Okay, there is the address for the Discord as well. Yeah, the Reddit. I'm not sure why I never used the Wurm Reddit. That's kind of an interesting fact. I wonder if it's the same people hanging out there or a completely different community on the Reddit, on the subreddit. So Madnath says, one exists, but it's not actively used, adminned, or posted on. It's the Wurm forum pretty much, yeah. And Fim, you're saying for VR we need some kind of grinding controller, maybe knitting tools. When you knit, it makes you grind in the game. And Sipaku, you were saying earlier on that you think that my Nara sailing video is responsible for 80% of the player base. Perigi is asking which one is that. So Sipaku is referring to my introduction to Wurm video. So basically all I do in that video, Perigi, is I explain about Wurm and I'm sailing in my Nara along the shorelines. Originally when I was going to make that video, I was going to actually take video footage of all of the things that I'm talking about, but it would have been such a massive undertaking to make that video, especially because I didn't have Wurm Unlimited, or Wurm Unlimited didn't even exist at that point yet, so I couldn't have done things in God mode. So I would have had to actually do them in the game to get the footage. So then I mean, I started doing it that way, but then I noticed that, oh my God, this is going to take forever to do this video. So I just decided to make a very nice script and then just instead sail along the shorelines and then explain things in my script. So Madnath is saying, yeah, stairs can be built anywhere. They don't need supports to continue to stand. You wanted to double check, but it's been a thing for years, really. So is it only in the case of the standalone stairs, Madnath? Or can any of the stairs be built that way? This is really buggy, guys. I'm not sure what's going on with the caves. That doesn't, I mean, that happens from time to time, but I've never seen it happen quite that much. And Capital Shanks, you can play two clients at the same time. It's so cool. Oh, absolutely, Capita. I actually, whenever I'm like, you see this tunnel that we're going through right now, you can imagine how much work it's been for somebody to mine through this. So whenever I'm mining through actually a mountain, I will actually have like 4 different clients open at the same time. So I have several alts just for mining purposes alone. And it's completely allowed. There's, uh-oh, I thought it was going to be closed. It's completely allowed in the game as well. So some games won't let you have several clients running at the same time, but in Wurm, that's absolutely no problem. So it should work with all the stairs, says Madnath. Huh. Interesting, really. Oh, it's the position on server thing. I see, Wolfmare. Yeah, Madneth, I know, like, Xanadu is laggy, but it's not very often that happens, actually. That has been, like, it's maybe, that kind of thing has happened maybe, I don't know, twice in the 6 years that I've ever played. So I'm not sure if it's due to the fact that I'm streaming at the same time or what's going on. So Madnath, do you need to, so let me just open the deed planner quickly. So, of course, yeah, what you were saying about deed planner is absolutely true, that you can do anything here. It doesn't, I've actually complained about that to Warlander, that it would be really cool if he could put the restrictions, especially with like the bridges and stuff. You can do crazy stuff that just doesn't actually work for real. That's why I always test my designs in Wurm Unlimited, actually. But so here's a question for you. For me to be able to do this, would I first have to then have these outer walls here, and then to be able to build, because obviously I would have to be able to build this, which is like a floor. This is like a second floor, these stairs, right? So I'm assuming that the walls would have to be there originally, and then are you saying that? So are you saying it would go something like this? So let me just remove that first. Hold on. I have to go to second floor. Like so. Okay. So would it work something like this, that I would first have to have, say, these walls here. Then, second of all, I'd have to build the staircase. And then, after that, I could remove these walls. It's annoying, by the way, how DPlanner does that. It removes the ones behind. So let me just go to this direction instead, like so. So are you telling me that I would be able to remove these two walls after that? Or how would that work? Oh, and by the way, here's the address for DPlanner also for those of you who want to try Wurm and you want to try and build something. You can just try out different house designs there. Hello, Angry. I'm not actually building right now. I'm actually exploring here on the server of Xanadu, but we were just contemplating here the rules of building staircases outside of buildings, and we've been like talking about that now. So I wanted to just get some clarification from Madnath, who was testing it out. So now the road went downwards. So let's just see where we are. Huh. So this a diagonal road downwards. Are we possibly... Where the heck are we? I'm starting to wonder if we actually are here right now. No. We didn't cross any... We didn't pass by any deserts. No, we just came out of a mountain. So I'm wondering... Where the heck did we end up now? Unless that's a new road. And am I facing... I should be facing southeast right now. Yes, southeast. I wonder. I wonder if it's this thing, actually. No. Now I'm lost, guys. I think I'm lost. So that's a very, very tall mountain there. I almost feel like heading north. Maybe I'll just go down this a little bit. I don't know. such a vast area. I really don't want to get off the road because I'm just going to end up really, really lost, I think. I wasn't paying so much attention because I was like, as the horse was going, I was reading the chat and responding to you guys, so I wasn't paying too much attention to where I was going actually. Oh, hold on. There is a bridge down there. I think there's some kind of intersection. Oh, there's a very, very long bridge going south. I think that's heading south, isn't it? Yes. So what is this long ass road heading south? I mean, did I possibly... No, I haven't come over there. I wonder... I don't see anything that looks right. Well, south is not where we want to go though. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start heading north and see what happens. We're just going to go right into the forest. We're going to take a leap of faith here, and I should probably drink up and eat up as well. Completely out of water. And the inside of your deed, Madnath, we did it inside too, but it still worked outside. Okay, let me just look at this link of yours. I see. Okay. Let me see now. Oh, where's the rest of my water? Over here. Drink. And Angry Brit, you're cooking dinner, just fed the cats, fishing and streaming in BDO right now. And did I see that the new graphics tablet, like the Cintiq, like a third of the price with the same features and resolution? I did not. I did not, Angry, and I've actually I've been having problems with my Cintiq. It has some weird, like, lighter areas on it. And Dragavaz, you were asking, are the red things deeds? Yes, they are, and everything else is undeeded. Not necessarily, because the people themselves have volunteered their information for this map, so there are a lot of deeds existing here that people have just never, like, submitted their information for the map. So it's only the people who have submitted this information that you can see here. Don't blame us, Sipaku. Yes, I know. And Capita, thanks for everything you're saying. You're still downloading. You're going to go to bed. It's almost midnight. Okay, thanks so much for stopping by, Capita, and welcome to Wurm. Good luck with your adventures here. And Dragvaz, you play Wurm Unlimited, and on the server that you play on, the map updates automatically. I see. And good night to you, Vergent. Sleep well. And Angry Brit, you can't recall the name right now, but it's $699 or cheaper with offers about very nice price. Well, that's good that they have competition, because I had to pay a fortune for this Cintiq, for sure. So how are your Black Desert Online adventures going, Angry Brit? I actually bought the game several years back. I just haven't been too inspired to play it, unfortunately. Every time I reinstall it and try playing it again, I don't know. It doesn't give me the passion to play it for some reason. And we're finding actually here that I'm facing some more mountains, really. Let's just, oh, hold on. No, that's probably the road I was coming down, isn't it? Or what is this actually, this road? Hold on. Yeah, this is the diagonal road I was coming down. When I came out of the, yeah, there's the tunnel entrance over there. Okay, we're not gonna go in that direction then. I have a feeling I'm gonna be stopped by this mountain. So we're in some sort of valley, it seems. But I'm sure we're gonna be able to figure this out eventually. We've been going all along in the general right direction. Yeah, I'm seeing, this is worrying me a little bit. I'm seeing like the tiles of a mountain over there. So the mountain is probably gonna stop us from getting any farther. Gosh. Okay, let me just look at the... Let's look at the isologic version of this map and see if we can figure out the terrain here. We're in some sort of little valley. Now, what we need to get to is this area over here, and we came through a whole bunch of tunnels. And is it possible... I have no idea where we are, guys. I have no idea. And there's a troll over there. Yeah, this rock is just stopping us, so let's try and go a little bit along the side of it over here. We're probably going to have to end up going south anyhow because of this mountain in the way. Oh, hold on. We could probably make it over this part here. Hold on. Maybe we can get up this with our horse. Maybe it's not the end of the world after all. And it's going good for you in BDO. You're just focusing on leveling up hunting life skill. I see. And Dragavaz, so most of them, when you said most of them, yes, I'm guessing you meant that the map updates on most of the Wurm Unlimited servers. I guess they must have that add-on for the map. I've seen that, or not the add-on, but the mod rather. I've seen that mod. I've been tempted to try it out. And haven't I uploaded videos on YouTube to recreate UO in Wurm? Yes, that's me, the Ultima Nostalgia Project. Indeed, indeed. Oh, hey, hold on. What is this road here? So, let's see what direction this is going in. So, this one goes directly north. Okay. Oh, hold on. So, let's have a look here. So, there's a big-ass mountain there and a long road coming directly from it. Let's go back to the terrain version of this. Is it possibly this road? Possibly. And if we keep going north, maybe what we came out of was this. Possibly. I'm not sure. But let's go north and let's see what happens. That's all a part of, like, I love getting lost in these Wurm Roulette videos because that's all a part of the adventure is trying to navigate our way to get to the end result or the end destination, and I kind of enjoy getting lost once in a while in these videos, just so it's not like too boring, right? Not too easy. Okay, so the road goes a little bit to the left and then continues up. Huh. And this, oh, maybe that's this thing right here. Hold on. Yeah, that's what, okay, this is that road, guys. That is that road. So we should be seeing like some sand soon, or is that like step? So that's that little spot right there, and we should be seeing a big sandy area soon. Okay, this is not too bad, guys. You guys were thinking this is going to take forever to get to our destination. It's not that bad, actually. Considering we're coming along this road right now. So then we can just cross the desert, and our end destination is to get to this spot. So we're almost there, really. Cool. And you didn't enjoy, or it didn't really catch your interest the first time for you when you played Black Desert Online either, Angry Brit. It took you a second long focus time to go and see what it has to offer. And you're AFK cooking again. And Sipaku was asking how Sandbox BDO is. And Dragvas says that BDO is a grind fest and a dirty cash grab. Sorry you rage quit BDO because the company behind is super greedy. Ah, I see. So Dragvas is asking, what happened to the UO map? Well, Dragvas, I have not given up on that project. I know it's been a couple years since I touched it. I've had other things sort of taking my attention away, but I put so much work into that project. And for those who don't know what Dragvaz is talking about, or what we're talking about when we're talking about Ultima Nostalgia, I can just share my Ultima Nostalgia page here on my Wurm page, and that will have a whole bunch of videos showing the Ultima Online based maps that I made in Wurm Unlimited. And I managed to make quite a few areas already, so you know, it's a work in progress. I need to continue it one of these days. Oh, there's the desert, guys. Okay, we're on the right track. I was a little bit worried there. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Nice. I'm glad we figured it out. I think we're gonna have to... Oh, there's a road over there, actually. Maybe we'll just try and get to that road versus, versus, like, climbing down. Seppuku, I'm getting too good with orientation. Yeah, it seems that way. And you remember watching the Trinsic map and you thought it was awesome, Dragvaz. Aw. Well, you know, people do ask about it once in a while, and it always makes me think that, man, I need to continue that project. I have been working on it for quite a few years now. I should at least get all the cities. Like my initial plan, Dragvaz, was that for me to get all the main cities done and then open it up to the public while I keep working on the rest of it. Like, you know, of course the map itself is done. That was just generated with the map, with the Wurm map generator, with all the biomes and stuff. So that doesn't really, you know, the wilderness doesn't really need, nothing special has to be done to that really. But then there's, of course, in Ultima Online, there's much more than just the cities. There's all of these interesting, well, for instance, the hedge maze. There's all of these interesting little places and nooks and crannies that you can find, and not to mention the dungeons you know, there's lots to do even after the main cities get done. So that was my initial plan. And, you know, I think if I think about psychologically what stopped me from going forward, I think one of the reasons was that I was a little bit depressed by the fact that there would be no way for people to actually build their own house. Because what I would have really liked for, because you see, the whole server is deeded. It's one big ass deed. The whole server is just one deed. And that is to ensure that people don't break the stuff that I created in that, you know? So let's see now. Let's just look at this map. Now, there's this mountain up here, but actually we want to get over here. So we're just going to swerve around this and go along the sand, I think. So what I would have, one thing that I was kind of requesting, or not requesting, but like asking about from the Wurm team was that would there be a possibility, you know how we can give permissions for animals and wagons and boats and oh my gosh guys, imagine having a deed down here. Look at this beautiful little spot down here, guys. Now, wouldn't this be a beautiful little spot for a newbie to set up a house? I mean, imagine if I was a new player and I had found... There's even a seal down there. If I was a new player and I would have found this spot, I would have fallen in love with it. I would have probably wanted to build my house right here on the grass, right here. Have my own private little pond area in this big desert. What a delightful little spot. I mean, it could be that somebody's just like dug down that, and I would put sand in there definitely instead of dirt. Could be that that's man-made actually. Let's see on the that little pond is not even shown unless it's this thing. I don't think it's that though. I think that lake is probably, or could be. Actually, it could be that. And I guess the way we can test that out to see is whether it was on the original map is just by opening the map here. And I'm not seeing any little bit of water on the desert here. So, but then again, that's so much smaller. So who knows? But yeah, it's a cute little spot actually. That needs an archaeologist to come and test to see whether that's ever been deeded at that spot. And Angry Brit, you have friends who have been enjoying the game for years, and other than buying the game, they didn't have to dish out any more money than that. Yeah. So, I think we need to go up here. Northeast, yes. And Wolfmare is saying another old rift spot ahead. Hello, Nymph Nightshade. Nice to see you. Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing today? Yeah, so you guys have pretty... I'm not going to get into your muddled in your guys like debate about BDO, but what I can say about myself is as a game itself, I just wasn't inspired. Like I had to force myself to try and play it, but apparently it's just one of those games that needs more time then. Especially Dragvaz, if you were very passionate about it, it must have something to it then. And now you're enjoying it as well, Angry Brit. So yeah, I've always felt kind of sad that I dished out the money to buy the game, but then I never actually, got my money's worth because I didn't really play it very much after that. But maybe I need to give it another shot one of these days. There's so many games to play though. Like I still haven't tested out Ark, even though I bought that game in a Steam sale. So let's look here. So we're just heading out. We should find another sandy area, and then we're going to be pretty much in the right area. I should go a little bit, yes, a little bit northeast. So this is, we're approaching let me just look at the top of, no, the Isologic. What's attacking me? I can't even see what's attacking me. Oh, it's a little aged goblin. That doesn't worry me at all. There's actually lots of goblins in this area. So we came through here, and now we're facing, I think it's this that we're starting to face, so I think it definitely should go east. That's right. So that's what we're bumping into. So if we go east, because this is where we have to get to. So lots of wilderness around here. I mean, now we're discovering what this area actually looks like, and not seeing any deeds. It's just pure wilderness in the inner parts of Xanadu. Completely untouched land. And hello there, a wild crazy fox. Welcome to the stream. Oh no, Madnath, you fell down a 110 slope. Oh no. And a wild crazy fox, you're saying Ark is pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, I should do a stream sometime, guys. I was thinking to myself that should I start like a new stream themed around playing a game I've never played before, or else playing an old retro game or something like that. I'm not sure if folks would enjoy. Oh my gosh, there's a huge, I think that's a champion, like no, it's a venerable greenish troll. Okay, not too worried then, I don't think. But yeah, I'm not sure if people would be interested in seeing streams like that. And Sipako, you're saying that you wish Wurm would go the PoE, Path of Exile way, make all the actual gameplay free and just sell purely cosmetic skins and effects for money. Yeah, I think that would be a good move as well, Sipako, I agree. And Wolfmare, long way from anywhere these days, but there are a few old deeds hidden around that area, but they've all decayed a long time ago. I see, I see. Yeah, I agree with Madnath, actually, is that the overall like feeling that you get from that debate that you guys are having is that it's a little bit negative, and that brings down the vibe of the stream. So, I mean, that kind of debate can be had elsewhere as well. I'm not sure if this stream is the right place for that. And also just the tone at which, it's one thing to have a debate and do it in a friendly and respectful manner, but when you start to like debate in a sort of manipulative or in a way that is trying to use, how can I say, manipulation, and then also this way to make another person feel embarrassed. What's the word? Gosh, it's just on the tip of my tongue. That you can debate in a nice way, but it's not nice when the debate is done in a sort of nasty way. That sort of puts the other person down in a way. I'm not a fan of that, I have to say. Like hitting under the belt in a way. What's that word when you try and embarrass somebody? There's a word for that, and I just forget the name of it now. Humiliate. Humiliate, that's the word. I'm just pronouncing it badly. Humiliate. So it's not cool, in my opinion, when you have a debate and then the tone is a little bit of a humiliating one. There's no need for that, really. So if you guys want to have a debate about something, please keep it friendly. Please keep it respectful. Because otherwise, if there's that kind of tone, it's just going to make the overall atmosphere, I think, a bit ugly as well of the stream, and that's not fair towards me, you know? So we discovered some kind of place here. And I'm guessing that it must be this thing right here. So what is this? Is this still deeded? So this is an abandoned deed. But it's not too long, because these are still up, and I mean, this would have decayed ages ago. I think maybe a newbie player has come here and found an abandoned deed and decided to... Oh my gosh, what do we have over here, actually? That's definitely decayed. What do we have over here? Sandstone. Oh my gosh, lots of sandstone shards. Oh my gosh, I could do with that stuff. I could absolutely do with all those sandstone shards. Lots of iron ore. Oh my god. So much iron. Holy hell. I think I need to come and raid this place, guys. What the hell? Oh my gosh. What the heck? There's lots and lots of stuff here. So, well, we're just gonna have to keep this place in mind. I'm gonna come back here for sure. I'm gonna have to go get my wagon and come and loot this place dry, unless somebody beats me to it. There's a lot of stuff that I could actually use there. So this lake, now is that? No. It's this one actually. So, okay, so this is the spot that we're at. So I need to actually go west, back westwards. And we need to get up onto this area over here. So let's just go backtrack a little bit. And hold on now. Let's just go see if there's an easier way. So what does this tunnel lead into? Is that just like a... Oh, they have like actually sandstone walls in here as well. This is some major mine in here. And there's even more crates down here. There's that spot. So we need to try and get up to this road actually. Hold on, that pathway. See if I can find my way to that larger path up there. Let me just catch up with the chat here quickly. And Wild Crazy Fox, how old is this game? So this was released in 2006. It is a very old game. You never saw anyone play this yet. It is a small community. It's an unknown MMO though. A lot of people who discover this game, they're like, where has this game been all my life? I would have loved to play it. A chapney. Oh no. Are you gonna come and loot this place before I have a chance to? You wouldn't do that, would you? You wouldn't do that. You're just pulling my leg. Chapney, you've already looted all of Xanadu dry. Come on. Sipaku, we need to organize an intervention for cats in Chapney and discuss their looting low quality stuff addiction. Yes. But honestly, guys, all that sandstone, the sandstone especially, well, both the iron and the sandstone is something that interests me even at a low level because because I'm going to be building that huge ass castle on the top of my island. At some point I'm going to need all the sandstone I can get. And also it's nice to have, even if it's just low quality, it's nice to have a lot of iron. Just when you need to build something, you don't have to then go and like mine just to get something done. So here's this road. And we need to get to we need to find this diagonal spot, which I guess could be this one here. No, that's going directly left. Oh, this is probably this point over here. That's been a lot of work making this big gravel. I mean, this is, what is this, 3 tiles wide? Jabney! Target acquired, wagon activated. No! Oh, but I'm honestly thinking to myself, like, how the heck? I guess if I were to park my boat over here and then travel through there, then that would be kind of okay-ish. But yeah, it must be sad for you to see, Wolfmare, since I guess you've seen that deed when it was up and running at some point. It's crazy how somebody just left all that stuff there. And this is quite interesting to look at, guys. I mean, or an interesting look when you have just a huge gravel road. Don't think I've ever seen like a gravel road like this before. That's just been like a big one as a sort of gravel highway. Interesting look to it that you don't normally see. And a whole bunch of these linden trees around. Okay, that turns, hold on. That turned right now. Am I still heading north? Yes. So, let's see. So that's this point. So we should head directly left, actually. A little bit earlier, we should head left. Or west, rather. What is this thing here? Is that like a certain type of tree growing there? Or what does that represent, that square? You see this big square area? Now it's pretty much a case of just finding a nice spot to plant that sign, actually. So let's just have a look at the map once more. So our target area is... right there, which would be... Let's look at the top, Isologic. So it would be actually south. Okay, we need to head south, actually. So here's this road, that one. So we need to head south west from here, actually. Let me just... south and southwest. No, southeast. Southeast. No, southwest. What am I talking about? Yes, southwest. Like so. Good. Then we should reach that right spot at some point. And trolls lurking about. So southwest from there. And I would say that once we hit, so this is a pretty sharp area that just starts suddenly. So once we hit that, we'll know that we're on the edge of that that hill. There seems to be even a little ditchy kind of area that goes directly southwest as well. Not that I found it, but if I do stumble upon it. And the game looks pretty mystical right now with these cedar trees and the mist, this slight mist. Oh, there it is. There's that sudden rise of the ground. It just sharply just starts to go upwards. Okay, good. Let's just check that map again. Let's see. So we have to go a little bit up the hill and then plant the sign there. Okay. Now I have no idea. It's just there's just no way of knowing the exact spot, of course, but let's just head up a little bit. Hold on, what is this? Does it round out over here? Yeah, it starts to round out. So maybe either we're here. Let's just see if the sharp rise of that part continues or is that the end of it? We're seeing, what are we seeing over there actually? Venerable troll. Oh, so somebody's done an entrance to a mine here actually. And there seems to be a deed over there as well. Lavender plantation. Is this oh, it's already collapsed, that mine. So what's this lavender plantation over there? So I'm guessing, oh, that must be this thing. That must be this deed over here. Okay. So we've already sort of gone too much to the south. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually, since this seems to be abandoned, let me just get rid of this troll. Let me double check and see whether that deed is abandoned. If it is, I think I'll just plant actually my sign right here. And seppuku, yeah, it would take forever to go back and forth. Multiple trips. Could just use that time to mine and get the skill and the shards and lumps. Chamni Ba, I have dozens of crates of sandstone already, which I will never use. Stand down, wagon team. Looks like a super place for archaeology, though, says Chamni. It's an old rift site. The trees grow back in a different pattern. Oh, I see, Wolfmare. So that's interesting. So that's how you can tell whether a rift has been there, by seeing these squares on the map, right? Fim. Ah, oh, these trolls. I need to get my stamina up. And this guy, I'm not sure if I should stick around to kill him actually, because he's actually doing quite a bit of damage. Let me see if I can lose him. But that is an interesting thing to know, Wolfmare, is that's how... Oh, there's definitely a abandoned place, for sure. Oh my gosh. Let me just get myself healed up a bit. Yeah, Chabni, that would be the last place you would want to die, right? And why was I spamming focus? Sepako, it's because everyone says that I should spam that when I'm fighting trolls, actually. So I'm just doing what people are suggesting, and yeah, I do need that silver staff, Madnath. And Sipaku, you're saying troll can make you lose your focus level anyway. You don't bother with focusing on anything other than rift mobs. And it could have been actually you, Sipaku, who told me that one time, that the only thing worth doing the focus on is on things like dragons and things. But then so that's what I started to do, is I stopped using focus. And then in another stream, people were wondering why I'm not using focus. And then they were telling me to use focus. So I don't know what the hell to do, because people have like different opinions on whether or not to use the focus with trolls. So but if I have to make a decision, it's probably that I want to use the focus just so I have something to do, honestly, because it's kind of boring to fight otherwise if you're just standing there, right? So, this is definitely abandoned, so I shouldn't feel at all bad if I were to plant my sign right there next to the mine. And I think I'm going to plant it there just because it's, this is a kind of spot that somebody might actually discover someday. The likelihood of somebody going up on top of this mountain is pretty dim. So it's an abandoned mine. Nobody's using it, so let's just plant the sign right here, I think. And it's going to decay away anyhow, so it doesn't really matter. And here we go. KatsPurr, Malena was here. January 7th, 2020, yes. I have to get used to saying that, actually. How the hell to say it? 2019, 2020, yes. Good. We have reached our destination, guys. And yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up the stream, and I'm going to go grab my wagon and come and get that stuff. Because it just feels like such a waste to just let it rot. And I only have one sandstone tile on my island. So, and it's going to run out anyhow, so I really would like to go and get all that sandstone in the very least. So yeah, I'm going to start to head back. Try and find my way back, and I think I should just go purely south, yes. Just south. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. We saw what this area is like. Again, just as a recap, tonight's adventure took us to this spot here, an area that I had never been to on Xanadu before. And what did we discover about this area is that there is just a lot of wild, unclaimed land in this area. Hold on, let me just figure that out. I wonder what this is all about. I think that square is probably this thing right there, so I just need to continue going south. Huh. Maybe this road is the one that goes south, yeah. Yeah, I think we're on the right track. So yeah, we came here, we had a look at what it's like. A few old abandoned deeds, lots and lots of cedar forests and other forests around the area. And it really does seem to be that people prefer building on the shorelines, which is understandable for sure. But yeah, if anyone claims that there's not any free land in Wurm, they're absolutely wrong. There is tons and tons of free land. Perfect place for a hermit to live, actually. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this journey, on this exploration. I'm sorry that there wasn't anything too exciting along the way. We didn't really bump into too many cool deeds to investigate, I'm afraid, but we did see a few cool things, and in the very least we discovered that, I'm really glad that we discovered that the use of the wooden bridge as a ramp to get up into the house. I mean, that was a big find for me, actually. I'm gonna have to do some more experiments with the bridges. Oh, what do we have over there? There's another abandoned deed, it seems. But that's long gone. Don't see anything over there. I'm gonna definitely have to do some experiments with the bridges and the stairways and see if that really is possible. Well, it must be if Madnath already tested it out. But yeah, it was... We had some good chats. Thank you for the follow, Ari D. Welcome to the stream, although I'm just about to wrap up. And you guys are talking about the focus there. And Wolfmare, you were saying there's a east-west road a little to the south of that old deed. Good, I'll use that when I come back. And Fim, don't forget your horse. Yep, this time I will not. Oh, to go... Yeah, that's true, Fim. When I actually come over there, I could probably go on the server board and see if I can find my horse. Just reading what you guys are saying here. So you guys are mutually agreeing that I should give up my sword for a staff. And Wolfmare, as you follow this road south, there is a turn off to the right, 2-tile road, not highway, near a guard tower. That will take you towards the tunnels back towards your boat. Okay. I will look out for that, Wolfmare, thank you. Yeah, well, Madnath, we saw that one time with your... When I borrowed your silver staff, it was a crazy amount of damage that I did. It was just so instantaneous. I think I came along this, didn't I? And this is now going... Yeah, I think this is this road, isn't it? But I'm sure I'll figure it out. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream. I also need to make dinner, actually, by the way. So I think what I'll do is I'll go back to my boat and set my boat on sail back westward and make dinner while that's happening. So, but thanks, guys, for joining me, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. And before I actually wrap up, let me just check whether there's anyone streaming that we could raid. I always forget to do that. Oh, Nasiwa is actually streaming Wurm Online. Let's go raid Nasiwa. Let's do that. Good night, guys.